Fine race though yesterday. The Ram MXGP qualifying race, and watch the inside gates. Number 84 and number 61. 61. Prado tried to hustle his way across, but Herlings wasn't having any of it on board here with Brian Bogers, buried in around about 8th or 9th place. It was Herlings who emerged bottom of the hill as the leader. Prado got shuffled quickly back to 5th place, and then he got himself into 4th with that sneaky move on Romain Febvre. But Maxime Renault was in there as well, in blue, just to the outside. Ruben Fernandez was in 2nd. So the two Spanish riders. Then Febvre fell on the opening lap. He was in about 5th place at that time. We went all the way back down to 17th. Would have a hard charge through the field. Prado getting himself past the 92, top of the hill there. That put him in the 3rd. That was Valentin Guillot that he found his way past. And then Maxime Renault muscled his way down the inside of the Swiss rider as well. That put him into 4th position. Valandrin having a quiet ride. Also moved past into 5th with that move on the 92. And then watch this here. Lap 4, Ruben Fernandez nailing his intentions to the mast. And almost nailing the number 84, Jeffrey Herlings, to the post there as well, as he took over the lead. And then Prado tried it a lap later. He fell from 3rd, picked himself up in 11th. And the Red Bull Gas rider then started to go about his business methodically. Put my teeth in. Jeremy Seewer then eased past Valentin Guillot, but his teammate not so fortunate. Maxime Renault out of 4th place with a technical issue. Jeremy Seewer took that position away from him, and that's where he would stay towards the end of the race, from lap 7 to lap 13. All eyes on the battle at the front though. Ruben Fernandez leading his way through, and he would cross the line for Team HRC, and it would be his first Ram qualifying race in MXGP. Take a look at the championship standings then, because of course 10 points for a win, 1 point for 10th place. Jorge Prado now 22 points clear. He was 17 at the start of the day, 22 now clear of Maxime Renault, failed to score. But look at Herlings. He was 9 behind the Frenchman coming into this weekend. He's drawn level with the Yamaha man. So tied for 2nd, and then Febvre 12 adrift with Fernandez another 26 further back. So all things to play for here. Prado wins race 1. He goes 25 points clear, at least. That's if he beats Renault or Herlings into that 2nd place. But all quiet here, and certainly for Jorge Prado, lives about 3.5 hours-ish north of here. That's his home in Spain. When he's there, that's the family home. Of course, Ruben Fernandez a little bit closer, just north of the border, both of them. So there was a lot of noise around this Agata racetrack for them yesterday. And I'm sure if they get similar starts and they're running in similar positions today on what is now hopefully a fast-drying racetrack, then they should be a wall of noise wherever they go. Ruben Fernandez lines up on pole for the first time then in MXGP. Jeffrey Herlings will go to the line next ahead of Calvin Valandrin. A quiet qualifying for him, stayed out of trouble, as he said in that pre-grid interview. Seewer coming home 4th, ahead of Romain Febvre, Jorge Prado. So those two fighting back to 5th and 6th. And then Mandonic, Mattia Guadagnini, Brian Bogers, Valentin Guillot. Ben Watson in 11th, his best qualifying of the season so far, ahead of Pat Charel. Max Spies will go to the line 17th. His best qualifying of the season so far as well, ahead of Alvin Osland, the 161 on the JWR Honda. Ruben Fernandez. Is he quietly confident of a victory here in Portugal? Jeffrey Herlings, a race winner last time out in Trentino, race 2. Can he get his 2nd race win in this first outing in Portugal? And what about Calvin Valandrin? It's been consistent. 2 5th place finishes overall, sandwiched between 2 9ths at the first 4 rounds. is it time to step onto the podium for Calvin Verlanderen? Jeremy Seewer yet to make the podium, his best overall finish, Sardinia, 6th overall. It's about time, Jeremy. How much of it will depend on the start. Romain Febvre going through his motions as well, focusing. And Jorge Prado, championship leader, Red Bull Gas Factory Racing. 4 podiums on the bounce so far. Argentina and Sardinia, 3rd overall. Went one better, 2nd in Switzerland. And he was victorious last time out in Trentino. He'll be looking to do the same again if he can. And Brent Van Donnick, the JM Honda rider, team run and owned by Jackie Martins, a former world champion. Of course, Van Donnick going to the line 7th. His best qualifying of the season so far. Portuguese fans just getting livened up. But that's the view between the shoulders of Ruben Fernandez and Jeffrey Herlings, and the view down to the first turn as well. There is the 10 of Verlanderen, the 91 of Jeremy Seewer, Romain Febvre, Prado, Van Donnick, Guadagnini, Bogas, the lone standing construct Honda rider this weekend. Then Guillaume, Watson on the beater, Benoit Paturel. The Fly Racing 15-second border for the first time here. The MXGP of Portugal, 30 minutes plus 2 laps. MXGP race 1, who will it be that grabs that all-important Fox Holeshot? So far this year, Jorge Prado on 5. Can he add another one? Gate drops here in Portugal. And Seewer, but he backs off too early, and that allows Prado an easy route through. 6 Fox Holeshots now for the Spaniard, who leads here in Portugal. Guadagnini to the inside, but Seewer just squeezing him, and he gets re-squeezed. And he loses 2nd, goes back to 4th as Febvre from out of nowhere moves into 2nd place. Herlings there in 5th position. Then Fernandez in 6th place. Herlings muscling his way down the inside, is gone by Seewer. And he's alongside Guadagnini. But the Italian holding firm there in 3rd place. But it's Prado who leads. Off. Bang, bar to bar, down past pit lane. Herlings outbreaks Guadagnini though, and does move into 3rd at the top of the hill. But it's Prado who leads. Febvre 2nd, Herlings 3rd, Guadagnini 4th, top of the hill. Fernandez has got himself into 5th, looking to go 4th and 3rd. Brave to go around the outside there. The door is he does go into 4th place. Great move that from Fernandez. The HRC rider inspired at the moment on these opening laps in Portugal. Seewer 6th, Koldenhoff 7th, Verlanderen in 8th place. In fact, 10th place, because Van Donnick's gone through, and so too Alberto Ferrato. Ferrato in 8th place. There he is, 3:03. Guadagnini tries to cut down the inside. That was going to be a firm move, to say the least. Seewer closes the door on the Italian. Koldenhoff in there as well. Where's Maxime Renault? He's in about 11th place at the moment, just ahead of Benoit Paturel. Oh, Verlanderen a little bit loose on the exit of the turn there. Back end's going left and right. Prado, 1.5 seconds clear after the opening lap. Febvre, the man chasing him, in 2nd. Herlings 3rd, Fernandez 4th. Seewer in blue in 5th place. And then Guadagnini 6th, Koldenhoff 7th, Ferrato 8th, Van Donnick 9th, Verlanderen 10th. And then Renault in 11. Just saw a flash of the Frenchman there. Bottom of the screen, Paturel 12, Guillaume 13, Tom Cock in 14th place. Frantic action. Oh, and was that Renault going down into the rear wheel at Flandre. His day and his weekend going from bad to worse. Guadagnini under attack in the background there. Albi Ferrato getting ready to move his way up in the inside of him here. Does he? Yes or no? No, he can't quite. Ferrato then in 8th place in number 303 in black. Coming to riders now, coming towards us now. There he is, just behind the 101. Jeremy Seewer lighting up the rear end there as he goes after Koldenhoff, his teammate. Or is it the other way round between these two? Yeah, Seewer 5th, Koldenhoff 6th. Koldenhoff in the red boots, Seewer in the white boots. Renault in 18th place. After that love tap at the top of the hill. But 2 laps in, Prado extending his lead to 1.9 seconds over Romain Febvre with a second consecutive fastest lap. 1:52.7. No one else even close. 53.1 for Febvre. 53.9 Herlings, who is already 4.3 behind Koldenhoff and Seewer though. Koldenhoff just showing his teammate his front wheel as if he didn't know what it looked like already. So these two fighting over 5th place. Here is Maxime Renault. Here's what happened to him a lap ago in the previous uphill. Oh. Watch, just tries to cut back, catches the rear wheel of Flandre and goes down from 11th. Picked himself back up in, what, 18th place? Renault, in amongst traffic, is not used to being around at the moment. 271, Paolo Alberto, the local rider. And Bogas finding his way past the Portuguese, or not quite. So the standing construct Honda rider there, 189 with Alvin Osland on the JWR Honda. Bearing on the Dutchman. Wow, Prado doing what he's done in the first race at every round so far, getting a hole shot and just disappearing. Still got a 50% win rate throughout the season so far. Jorge Prado. As Bogas struggles to find his way past Paolo Alberto. Here is your race leader. The gap, 2.8 seconds, a 3rd consecutive fastest lap for the Spaniard. Herlings under attack from Ruben Fernandez, though. Fernandez with that firm but fair move in the qualifying race at the top of the hill, penultimate corner, to barge his way past Herlings for the win. Deja vu between these two, except they're in 3rd and 4th place in the first main race. So Herlings just trying to ease himself into this first race. Happy to sit there, 5.5 seconds adrift of the leader at the moment. 3.5 behind Febvre. And then we've got Seewer, Koldenhoff, Guadagnini, Ferrato, Van Donnik and Flandre fighting over the lower places inside the top 10. So Febvre, bottom of your screen, then 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. Top of the hill, that was Van Donnik, and then Vlaanderen. Circuit really starting to dry out now. You can see how when it dries out, it goes down to that hard clay base, very slick underneath. Loose stones coming to the fore. Romain Febvre, though, with the fastest lap this time around, a 1:51.98 compared to a 53.02. Gap now 1.8 seconds, and that is the gap at the end of pit lane as they turn right and up into the left-hander. Herlings playing a waiting game here at the moment. Knows, I think he's gone on record as saying, like in a post-race interview, that if he pushes too hard, then obviously kind of has a negative impact on him, you know, arm pump and things like that. So just trying to build his way into the race. One rider who has been patient but doesn't want to be patient any longer, number 3, Romain Febvre. Closing in on Jorge Prado. Prado, a 3-time winner of this Grand Prix in the past. Looking solid up front at the moment for Red Bull Gas, the Kawasaki Racing Team MXGP of number 3, Romain Febvre, just starting to inch closer over the 25-meter ram jump there. Just to give you some indication, the finish line about 18 meters long. The uphill triple after that, about 28 meters. That's these two jumps here. 52.7, 52.5 for Prado and Febvre, respectively. 53.6, 53.7, Herlings and Fernandez. See, we're 53.78, a couple hundredths off of Fernandez time. Not too much happening out there at the moment. Evans in 16th place, so the teammate to number 3, Romain Febvre, back from his recent thumb injury. Put in a good showing in the early laps of the Ram qualifying race. Started 8th, got himself, went down to 9th, back to 8th again, before fading back to 16th, but you can imagine, not easy just coming back in. Round 5, everybody up to speed, got their race heads on. So Mitch Evans circulating in 16th position at the moment, just behind Maxime Renault, although 5 seconds behind the Frenchman. Two Yamahas, Seward, Koldenhoff. Guadagnini just behind them in 7th place for Red Bull Gas. Not letting them too far out of his sights. Kind of sense here that Glenn Koldenhoff, who was definitely off yesterday, coming home in 15th place, feels like he may have made a couple of changes, possibly, to make things a little bit easier today, because he's right on the rear wheel of his teammate and actually looking like he could be making a move. Febvre again with another fastest lap of the race. He's now just over a second off the rear wheel of Jorge Prado. Alberto Ferrato in 8th place. The SM Action Racing Team USA battery rider. Just out of shot at the moment. Not sure if Koldenhoff was just a little bit offline there. Dropping downhill. But once again, these two almost locked together once more. The gap a second between them. Fernandez closing in on Herlings again. What are his splits last time around? Yeah, half a second here or there. And then in sector 3, about the same as sector 2. Right, there's some things going on here between Van Donnik and Calvin Verlanderen as they argue over 9th place. Is this Verlanderen going through, or, well, Van Donnik had it, but Verlanderen, 10th to 9th, carves his way down the inside, giving neither rider the opportunity to triple. Good move that from CV10. So Fernandez won the opening round. Had a couple of problems in Sardinia where he crashed a couple of times. That left him 16th overall. Responded with a 6th overall in Switzerland and 4th in Trentino. Here he is 4th in this first race at the moment. He's got the 5-time world champion Jeffrey Herlings ahead of him for Red Bull KTM Factory Racing. The 2 Monster Energy Yamahas, Jeremy Seewer 91 and the 259 of Glenn Koldenoff. Just playing a little bit of cat and mouse with each other. Mattia Guadagnini is getting closer to these two. So is Seaward just holding up the train here at the moment. Ferrato not able to have the pace to go with them at the moment. Verlanderen just breaking free momentarily from Verlanderen. Verlanderen breaking free from Van Donnik, sorry. Patrell about another second further back. Oh, and Fernandez down. Fernandez picks himself up. He loses that 4th place. So Fernandez then handing positions to Seewer, Koldenoff and Guadagnini as he re-emerges in 7th. So the first one to blink then, Ruben Fernandez. Hopefully it doesn't detune him too much. But what it will do is just give these guys here ahead of him, 4th, 5th, 6th, Seewer, Koldenoff, Guadagnini, just a little bit more ammunition. Certainly Koldenoff, who's looking like he is up in the ante now. Desperate to find a way past his teammate. Tries the outside, inside, a mistake there from Seewer. He looks across and he wants to close off the line immediately. If that had not been his teammate, he might have gone in a little bit more firmer as well. He's still coming back for more, but Koldenoff now up into 4th place. Guadagnini lining up behind him now. And he's in trouble again, Jeremy Seewer. And Guadagnini knows these opportunities don't come along very often. He cuts to the inside. He'll try to do the same here as well, possibly. Realises Seewer was going to hold the inside line. And Seewer cases a triple. All of a sudden, Seewer is flustered. He's on the ropes. Having to find another gear just to try and break free from the Italian Guadagnini. This is bringing Ferrato into play as well. He's not too far behind all of a sudden. Looks like things have settled down. Seewer just managing that gap. But it's probably the wake-up call that he needed. Because he now looks a little bit more sort of ambitious to go back after his teammate. Hey, one rider who is looking good, looking a little bit menacing. Ruben Fernandez there, look. In 7th place. Looking to try and rectify his mistake from earlier. There he is, the number 70. Team HRC. Guadagnini launching up into that hill there, into that turn. Riders were able to double out of this next left, top of the hill yesterday. But you can see now the braking bumps making that nigh on impossible. This side of the racetrack, Guadagnini looks pretty impressive. Right, we've lost Van Donnik. Technical issue. Launched up into the corner, and then all of a sudden the bike let go on him. It's a chain, look. Chain, you can just see it hanging off the sprocket, and Van Donnik is out of the race. That's a tough blow for the Belgian. Guadagnini side by side with Seawer. He's going to have to go the long way round here. Seawer will cut him off on the exit. That's exactly what happens. So the Italian not going anywhere. 7 handfuls of clutch through that turn 2. Front end pouring the air. Still not able to find his way past the Yamaha man. What about now, though, as we go into turn 4? Right, here's Lisa with Giacomo Garibaldi.
Giacomo, we saw Ruben Fernandez look hugely menacing on this track yesterday. Solid performance from him. We just saw him make a little mistake. Firstly, will he be able to rectify that mistake on a track that clearly he's strong at? And what feedback has he given you coming into this weekend?
Yeah, you know, after the win of yesterday, he was a little bit under pressure to repeat the same performance. And, okay, he did a small mistake now. He's in P7. I think he lost 3 places. But let's see how it goes. I hope he can get back a couple of positions before the end.
And how's Tim doing?
Tim is going well. You know, the recovery is taking time, but hopefully we'll see him back quite soon.
Best of luck to the team. Thanks, Giacomo.
Giacomo Garibaldi there, then the team principal, team owner, Team HRC. Keeping an eye on Ruben Fernandez here. 4th to 7th when he made that mistake. But he was the qualifying race winner yesterday, the Ram MXGP qualifying winner. It's good to hear that Tim Geiss are doing well as well, the 5-time world champ. Of course, we'd love to see him back here. Get well soon, Tim. Meanwhile, looking good in red in 2023, Jorge Prado. The Red Bull Gas Factory rider in the red zone. I think it's the red boots. Normally wears pink. 4.3 seconds clear of Romain Febvre. He hits the line, 11 laps complete, a 1:53.2. And Romain Febvre, 53.5. The gap going out to 4.5 seconds now. Finally, he has the space that he can just settle down and think about maybe being a little bit more free. Not that he isn't free anyway. And right at the start of the race, he was confirmed as the Fox Holeshot winner for the 6th time this year. Did it from just to the outside of these guys. Sweeps in around about now. There you go. 17 bike lengths of daylight. It was all because the guys on the inside just backed off ever so slightly, I think led by Jeremy Seawer. But Prado just had that a little bit wider out. Was able to just keep it pinned. Not scared when it comes to crossing the Fox Holeshot line, is he? $122 now since 2016 for Jorge Prado. It's incredible. And here he is with just over 7 minutes to go. We are on lap 12. front end a little high there as he came into land, though. But great noise here for him and for Ruben Fernandez. Back-to-back home GPs for him, really. Home being 3 hours north of here, and then, of course, we go to Madrid in a week's time. And with him in this kind of form, Jorge Prado, expect a very, very full house into Xanadu Arroyo Molinos. Has won there in the past. He's won there with 2 race wins. Febvre now 4 seconds adrift. Kawasaki Racing Team, MXGP. Doubling up onto that plateau. Decides to go single, double, double, and then double. And then having a break because they are downhill whoops that get steeper as you reach turn 12. That left-hander. Of course, different ruts and types of terrain through there as well. Fernandez at the moment, 2.5 seconds behind Guadagnini, not able to close in on the Italian at the moment. Only 2 or 3 tenths in it, yet he is quicker than the 101. Here's Herlings, 9.4 seconds off the pace. 5.5 behind Febvre. Anywhere in the top 3, good podium contention. Depending on what happens in race 2, of course. Right, Alberto Ferrato. He is 8th in the race at the moment, about 4 seconds behind Fernandez, but tell you what, it's a good job. Good job, he's a big lad, isn't it? Because anything other than the 17'7" frame of Alberto Ferrato would have been hanging off the back. Actually, he was lucky not to have a Weckman there. Google Emil Weckman, Trentino, you'll see what I mean. He's under attack, though, from Calvin Verlanderen. It's the 303. Verlanderen tried to get underneath the inside there, but you cannot then force the issue at speed through that left-hander. He looks across. Verlanderen goes to the right. Got the momentum, and Verlanderen through and closes down the door on the wall jump. Verlanderen all of a sudden now finds himself in 8th place. Third in qualifying yesterday, Calvin Verlanderen capitalised on 1 or 2 mishaps around him, but he'll take that if it gives him 3rd gate pick and 8 qualifying points, and therefore 8 championship points, of course. But the Geben van Venrooy Yamaha rider, solid again. 6th in the championship before we came here. Launches downhill. Meanwhile, Jeffrey Herlings here, 54.01 last time around. Prado 52, Febvre 53, Herlings 54 lap times. Give or take a few tenths here and there. But this racetrack now, so hard underneath. A lot of nervous energy through those bikes. Factory suspension, yes, all day long. Good traction from your tyres as well. But the surface changes in an instant, like down here past pit lane. It's a lot softer, a lot stickier. And then you get through here and all of a sudden, almost down to bare rock. Loose dirt at the top of the hill there. Drop back down. What you can't see on the takeoff are the different lines and edges that you need to be careful of. This is Herlings jumping up now. And then Prado coming towards us, and Febvre in that top corner. That gap down to 2.9 seconds all of a sudden. Between 1st and 2nd. So with a couple of minutes plus 2 to go, is Prado in danger of losing that lead to Febvre, who may look like he's going to spring an attack here. I'd say Herlings safe in third and happy to sit there in third. But I'm not sure if Febvre is content with second place at the moment. There'll be 3 laps to go when they hit the line next time around. That was the corner where Fernandez passed him so unceremoniously in the qualifying race yesterday. Good control through there, good corner speed. Right, what's the gap now? 2.5 seconds, the gap as it was at the last intermediate sector. 15 laps complete, 1:53.09, 52.7 gap, 2.9 seconds between Jorge Prado, Red Bull Gas, and Romain Febvre, Kawasaki Racing Team, number 3. They have, well, he has about a 5-second advantage over Jeffrey Herlings, who's there in third. Coldenhoff 13 seconds further back, just set his fastest lap of the race last time around, the 53.4. Benoit Paturel finds himself in 10th place. And that's good for him, actually. Last couple of rounds, couple 10th place finishes. Haven't seen too much of him, though, today. Number 6, he is in the second sector somewhere. Just behind Ferrato, about 2 seconds behind. Well, all over the back of Valentin Guillot, actually. So that battle between 10th and 11th, Valentin Guillot and Benoit Paturel, looks like it's shaping up just nicely. Jeffrey Herlings all of a sudden coming to life as well, though. Fastest in Sector 2, fastest in Sector 3. 4 seconds behind Romain Febvre. Will he leave his charge too late as the 2-lap board prepares to go out? Febvre not able to do anything about Prado at the moment. That gap's still 2.5 seconds. There is Herlings at the top of the hill. And Herlings, is this going to be a fastest lap of the race? Yes, it is. 1:51.6. 3.8 seconds, so maybe the attention is there for 25 points for the Bullet. See the mechanics hanging over pit lane there. There's first, second, and then bottom of your screen any moment now. There's Herlings. Has he bitten off more than he can chew? Has he left this charge too late? Gone back out to 3.9. A 10th or 2 slower in the first sector at that time around. Guillot has found his way past Paturel, so Guillot up to 10th, Paturel 11th. 53.4, best lap of the race for Valentin Guillot that time around. Ben Watson, about 13 seconds further back in 12th place. No Alessandro Lupino this weekend, so Ben Watson, the lone MRT, beat up. More points on the board for him. He's about 9 seconds clear of Maxime Renault, who started the day second overall. He's going to leave race 1, 4th in the championship, 2 behind Romain Febvre. But Herlings again lighting up the timing screens. Look, there he is, top of the screen. Fastest in Sector 2, fastest in Sector 3. Romain Febvre has got one big lap on his hands as he tries to fend off Herlings, who also has a big lap on his hands because he's going to try and pick the pocket of Romain Febvre. Late charge once again from the Bullet. And there will be noise all around this racetrack. Febvre probably thinks it's for Prado, and all of a sudden, if he looks across now, we'll see a flash of orange, and he'll see the KTM pit boards going crazy down there in pit lane. Squeaky bum time for Romain Febvre. He's got the message loud and clear, though. And that will just force him onto the rear wheel of Prado. They were 3.7 seconds apart as they hit the line for the start of this final lap. But first, second, third coming towards us now. If he's close enough, is he going to do the same to Febvre that Fernandez did to him? Has to go long on the triple here. Can't afford to go inside double single. Not unless you're close enough to make a pass. Running out of time, running out of corners. Jumps a little bit too long. Febvre may have just done enough, you know. Good control through there, gets good drive as well. Quick pull of the tear off before he hits turn 2. Might need all of that vision. Prado unawares of what's going on behind him, 2 seconds further back, but I don't think Herlings is going to muster the pass here. Febvre goes defensive. Prado top of the hill. And Jorge Prado. Oh, it's very close though. Prado wins race 1. Febvre, Herlings separated by 0.2 of a second as they hit the line second and third. Thumbs up there from Herlings. Great ride from all three in this first race. But it's Prado, Red Bull, Gas Factory Racing. His 5th race of the season. His 5th win coming in the first race, as all the other 4 have done as well. And it's Jorge Prado who we will be talking to in a moment. Koldenhoff crossed the line 4th, ahead of Seward, Guadagnini, Fernandez, Valandren, Ferrato and Gio. And we wait for Paturel and the rest. We'll give you the rundown in a few moments' time. Ashton Dickinson just outside of the points in 21st place. His first GP in the MXGP class. Here's Lisa with Prado.
Jorge Prado, good start. It didn't look like you put a wheel wrong. How was it from your seat?
Yeah, good start, and then I just made some good laps, consistent till the end, and I knew the guys behind couldn't catch, so I just took it, bring it home, and super happy about the P1 over here. Hopefully we can do the same second moto.
Good luck for the second race.
Five wins from the season so far. Jorge Prado, Red Bull KTM, Red Bull Gas Factory Racing, sorry. Cruises to victory. Did he back it off a little bit on the final lap? Doesn't really matter, does it? Picked up the 25 points. And he extends his championship lead as well in the process. He arrived here in control. And he remains in control as well. Wind picking up though, isn't it? But a bit of a reshuffle in the championship standings. We'll look at that in a moment. Here's what happened, MXGP Race 1. Jorge Prado capitalised on Seward just pulling out of that first turn, charged towards the Fox Holeshot line, and it was the 61 who grabbed his 6th black plate of the season. His teammate went with him around the outside there, Mattia Guadagnini. And then, from getting briefly in a second, Seward came out of there, turn 3, in 4th place. Herlings ran the outside, got himself into 5th and then 4th. All kinds of shenanigans going on here. Fernandez in the thick of it as well. Maxime Renault, though, clipped the rear wheel of Calvin Verlanderen. He went down from 11th to 18th. He already had a difficult qualifying race. That was Fernandez disappearing from 4th. He re-emerged in 7th place. That's where he finished as well. Koldenhoff got the better of his teammate Jeremy Seawer, who thought about coming back and having a look, but it was Koldenhoff who won that battle. That was for 4th place. Verlanderen around the outside of Ferrato. Put him into 8th. That's where he would stay, but last lap, all of a sudden, coming to life. Jeffrey Herlings closing in on the 3 of Febvre, and the 61 of Prado took a look over his shoulder. But it was Prado who came home with his 5th win of the year. 2 tenths in it between Febvre and Herlings. Jorge Prado wins race 1 then from Romain Febvre, Jeffrey Herlings, Glenn Koldenhoff and Jeremy Seawer, with Mattia Guadagnini, Ruben Fernandez and Calvin Verlanderen rounding out the top 8. And then behind them, Albi Ferrato and Valentin Guillot. Paturel just missing the top 10 when he got passed by Guillot with a lap or 2 to go. And then Watson there in 12th, Maxime Renault, Alex Lupino, Osland and Bogas. Lupino was sick actually yesterday. Spies, Evans, Alberto and Ivanov. Jorge Prado, top of the championship still, though, extending that lead to 27 points. Take a look at the Fox Holeshot, shall we? Jorge Prado making this quite a habit. The Fox dealer handing in another Fox Holeshot award. He's now on 6. His 122nd career Fox Holeshot since 2016 in his, well, it wasn't even his rookie season then. That was when he did a couple of wildcard races. So going from strength to strength in the start stakes, let's say. Take a look at some of the best moments of that first race, shall we? Romain Prado with another race win then. He'll be all boosted full of confidence as he looks forward to race 2. We're going to take a break. Just join us in about an hour's time when we continue for more action here from round 5 in Portugal. See you then. Bye for now.